Let's take a look at making custom direct selects. Custom direct selects allow you to select multiple targets and display them in the same bank of a direct select. So they're really great for when you don't have the room to put multiple banks in a display. So to start out, I'm going to say snapshot 2. That's going to bring us back to our split screen snapshot. And before I had put a direct select with just groups, now I want to be able to put a lot more content in that area. So I'm going to hit groups, and I'm going to select custom for my bank. And when I do, you'll see I'll get a bank of 10 by 5, so 50 targets total. Once I have a custom bank, there are 2 ways that I can populate this. So if I touch on a blank tile, I'll get a context menu, and that will allow me to select the target type as well as put in a range if I want to do multiple. So for example, if I said I'm going to put here my color palette 1, enter, hit OK, it's going to drop that there for me. I can also populate the custom direct select from my command line, so I just want to make sure that my command line is clear. And I'm going to say color palette 2 through 7, enter. And then if I double tap the first tile, it's going to populate those for me onto the direct select. So now I have all 7 of my color palettes. I can do the same thing with groups. So I'm going to say group 1 through 5, enter, and double hit, and it'll populate those there, which is great. I'm also really quickly just going to populate my intensity palette. So intensity palette 1, enter, double hit, and that's going to put that there for me. If I want to remove content from a custom direct select, I can press and hold the escape button and hit one of my targets, and it will go away. I can also clear a range, and to do that, I'm going to press and hold my escape key, and then I'm going to press and hold on the direct select until a red X shows up. That will allow me to set the start of my range, and while I'm still holding the escape key, I can hit the last tile in the range, and those will go away for me. For the sake of today, I'm going to populate some focus palettes back where those groups were. So focus palette 1 through 5, enter, double touch. It's good to know that your custom direct select mapping is stored in snapshots. So if you wanted multiple custom direct select layouts, you would store them into a snapshot, and then you could easily recall them. Before we do that, just to set us up for the next exercise, I'm going to replace this tab with a direct select, and I'm going to actually just put my groups here. So now that everything's where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and say record snapshot 3, and you'll notice on the right-hand side, both direct selects and custom direct selects are enabled to be stored by default. So I'll hit enter, enter, and I'll be able to use snapshot 3 to get back to this display.